Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted us to have a quick conversation about how difficult it is to get into a clinical program, any clinical program for that matter. Counseling psychology, clinical psychology, neuropsychology, educational psych, any of these clinical programs are quite competitive spaces. They are quite difficult to get into, and I'm really hoping that people that have gotten into any of these programs can share their story in the comment section, because some people actually go through interviews 3 or 4 or even 5 times before they get accepted into. I saw a girl before they get accepted into a clinical program. I saw a girl on LinkedIn. I think she had like 12 rejection letters. I don't know over how many years, but she finally got into a clinical program. So getting into one of these clinical programs is quite challenging. It's quite competitive. For those of us that pray, it took a lot of prayers for and I'm mentioning prayer to say you are going to need a support structure. Like, you're going to need something that's going to keep you going. You're going to need an anchor in during the process, because part of the reason why it's so challenging to get into any of these clinical programs is that they take a limited number of people. And I feel like I have done a lot of people a disservice, especially on my channel, by not speaking about this. I know I speak about that I got in on my first application, but there's so much nuances and there's so much information behind that statement that, firstly, I was of age. So, clinical programs often take people with life experience. They require a lot of life experience, because all of us have the marks. You can get your 80, you can get your 90, but this is not an exam. You're not going to be sitting behind a computer for the rest of your life. You're going to be sitting across someone, engaging with someone, talking to someone, listening to them. So we need to know that you can handle an environment like that. And being able to handle an environment like that comes with going through some stuff in life, comes with growing, comes with volunteering. I'll speak about volunteering later. Comes with volunteering, comes with having actual life experience, having walked out life and engaged with different people for you to be able to handle the different people that you'll be working with in these spaces. So yes, I got in on my first try, but I had the things. So I only applied when I had the things that they required. Things like life experience, things like, of course, the marks that is required. So that's my first point. Second point, you do need to be doing a lot of other things outside of just trying to get into this program. And what do I mean? Volunteering. Like I said, I was going to speak about volunteering. Volunteering. Many people that have gotten into this program have volunteered. Either volunteered at a homeless center, have volunteered at. They've done Lifeline. Lifeline is not volunteering, but it's like counseling, online counseling. So it will give you therapy experience, especially if you're trying to get into clinical psychology. Lifeline is a good addition to have on your CV. People have volunteered at, like, I shadowed a neuropsychologist in Joburg, went to his practice every morning and just learned about what neuropsych is, just so I can have the experience of the type of patients I'll be working with, and then I can also share that experience in the interview. So some people actually have done another master's before doing this clinical master's. So like, people will do an honors degree, then do a research master's, or do a master's in like something else before trying to get into this program. Or they will try to get into the program after honors and not get in. Then they will go do a research or some other master's program, and then come back and try and get into this program. And those are the type of things I'm talking about when I'm saying you have to do a lot of other stuff on the side. for you to get into these programs. It is quite competitive. I was following a conversation on TikTok, and this psychologist was sharing on the process of becoming a psychologist, right? I think she's a counseling psychologist, but she has been working in an institution for like 10 years, and so she has like great experience in the field. So she was sharing overall how to get into any of the clinical programs. And a lot of mothers were commenting, and they were saying that my daughter wants to be a psychologist, my son wants to be a psychologist. And so she was responding to those comments, and that conversation was going on, right? And just following the thread on the comments, I did feel like someone needed to share with the mothers, and maybe I'll go back and comment if I can find the video, but someone needed to share with the mothers that this journey is long, and trying to get into these programs is long and highly competitive. I mean, that lady started the video by saying it's highly competitive, but that's not to say that you discourage your child and tell them to not go through this journey, but you prepare them for the journey. You prepare them for things like they might do their undergrad and do their honors, and then maybe go work for a year or two, then come back and do another master's program, and then only get into a clinical program. Like, the journey is that long for some people, where there is like 2-3 years of work. Sometimes it's even longer than that. Then there's another master's program after all those years of working. Then only they manage to get into a clinical program. You know, a lot goes into you trying to get to this space. It's not just all roses and it's not all hunky-dory. Yes, I didn't have to do a different master's program to be here, but I had 5 years of work experience. I had a different degree altogether. So I have a different degree. As much as other people have a different master's degree or a different degree in something else, I also have a different degree in something else. That just goes to show that they are looking for people that have life experience, people that we're sure you're going to stay, number one, but we're also sure that you're going to be able to carry the weight that comes with carrying someone's struggles like that. And the only way you learn how to carry someone like that is having carried other people like that. And so you carry other people through volunteering. You carry other people through, just a lot of other life experiences, whether your childhood also counts, But yeah, the point of this voice note was to say, getting into these clinical programs is not easy. Don't give up on your first or second or third or fourth try if you really want to be a psychologist. Keep working at it. I'm hoping that other people that have trained as psychologists can share their story so that people can actually learn that it does take a while. Especially people that are in high school, people that are in their first or second year of university. This video is for you guys. Note that it does take a long time to get here. It does take you doing a lot of stuff. If you can start working part-time while you're doing your matric, while you're doing your undergrad, please do. If you can start volunteering at this point, please do. Start getting that experience. And lucky for you, because they do take young people. It's not unheard of. Like, I've heard 3 21, 22-year-olds that got accepted straight from honors. So it's not unheard of for them to, and by 3 I mean 1 was neuropsych, and 2 was clin psych, and it was clin psych like years ago. Recently I haven't heard anyone being accepted that's around 21, but I don't personally know anyone that's around 21 that was applying. So someone that is 21 could have gotten in. I just don't know about it. I'm just telling you my personal experience. So it's not unheard of that they they accept someone who is young, who doesn't have a lot of stuff that you need to do, but because you can tell that this person is mature, you can tell that this person has the life experience. Like, they can carry someone in the room like that. They have the clinical experience that they need. They have they are trainable. There's something there that you can work with. Where majority of people, they need to be sent in the world to go acquire the thing that can be used for you to be trained as a clinician. So don't give up, keep going, keep trying. It is a long journey, but it's possible. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Clinicians, comment and tell people about your story.